Yep, all right.
Pre 5-minute BS. Here it is.
Hello, everybody.
Howdy, howdy.
So we're just going to wait a few minutes here while people join us. How are you guys doing?
Quite good. And yourself?
I'm doing as good as I can be. So not that great.
I'm sorry for your loss.
My entire life is a loss.
Oh, wow.
So today, our special guest is Pissed Geologist. Pissed, say hi.
Hello.
That's
Hey.
him saying
Hello.
hello. And remember, guys, if you want to be on the show, you have to be a $50 patron, and you get to come on the show once a month with us.
$50 or more.
Or more.
How do we have comments without watchers? What kind of what kind of weird zombie
Heresy.
bots do we have?
Heresy.
I noticed that, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, we're supposed to wait a few minutes now that we know. So let's talk in depth about what this comment says. It says first, and then it says X and D. See how important that is? Oh, we're up to 6 already? Damn, maybe we should get started.
Yeah, we'll get started.
Well, anyways, where we last left off.
Nice.
So there was a famine coming to Egypt.
Yes.
Yes. For the first time, I believe we've
Talked about
encountered
famine,
yeah.
So they stored up a bunch of food.
Yeah, they stored up a bunch of food. Now, famine is one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yes.
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 And
Yeah. Famine.
Death, pestilence, war, and...
Famine.
Is it really famine?
Yeah.
famine.
Wow, I always forget that fourth guy. He just seems like he's the least annoying of them. He's like, well, I guess we're out of food. We'll go get some more food somewhere else.
No.
And war, it's like, war's coming. War's gonna kill you. Death, it's death. And pestilence is just gross.
Death is the last one.
Yeah, but so we're never going to run into famine, ideally, because we have very clear instructions on what to do in preparation for
exactly.
famine.
And you gotta pay attention to your leader's dreams.
Yep.
And have the Israelites interpret them. That's the key to avoiding famine, everybody.
Could you imagine if we had someone in the White House whose job it was to interpret Donald Trump's dreams?
Oh,
jeez.
I think we need that just for the lulls.
Yeah.
Like, I want there to be documents detailing in depth what Donald Trump's dreams are so that I can find them.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Donald J. Trump's Dream Journal. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It was like, yes, I was wearing a superhero outfit and standing on top of the Empire State Building and everybody clapped.
He's so special.
But it was a golf clap because that's the only kind of clap he appreciates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
He's probably so weird he dreams in binary.
Oh, man. Or hex. Or, like, some other obscure machine code.
Let's use trinary.
Yeah, trinary, yeah. Throw a 2 in there. That'll help.
Yeah, I think we have mostly 2s insofar as our international policy is concerned.
Yeah. Base pi.
The joke is shit.
Ah! Joke is shit. I get it. Thank you.
Yeah,
The joke is a 2.
I got it.
the number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
I think we've got some great near final Genesis content for all of you guys.
Yeah, that's right. So next week we will be finishing off Genesis. We're doing 43, 44, and 45 today.
And next week we're doing 45 through 50.
46 through 50.
46.
So
through
we'll have
50.
a little bit longer of an episode.
One chapter longer.
One chapter longer.
Yeah.
And then I think we're planning on making an overall review for this section video. Correct?
Yeah, we're making a review for Genesis.
We finished a book soon, so we got to do a book review.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. It's going to be nothing but action, as you can have told from hearing us talk
Super
about
action-packed.
before. Yes.
Seeing as we're getting close to the end of Genesis here, Pest, you got a favorite story so far?
That one with the hooker and the train. Oh, you mean in Genesis?
Well, generic good stories are good, but yeah, we're talking about generic Genesis here.
We talking about
Not
personal
really.
experience here?
No, none of these do it for you. They're all bad. I kind of agree.
My
There's a reason
personal
I'm right.
favorite so far is the one where God kills the dude because he came on the floor
Oh,
Yeah.
because he pulled out.
I think he dies pretty sporadically and unexplained. You know, it's just, and he died.
Yeah, and he died.
I think
It was wicked in the sight of the
I
Lord.
still think, at least I don't think Cain and Abel's my favorite story, but I still think Cain's line, "What am I, my brother's keeper," is still probably my favorite line from this chapter.
That's good.
I think Lamech is my favorite character from Genesis.
Well, what? Not Oh Holy Mama?
No.
Although I also like a holy mama.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. They don't seem to bring him up anymore.
They don't. They literally never talk about.
They talked about him twice, 3 times maybe, and that's it. Done.
Yeah.
No more Oh Holy Mama for us.
Yeah, those terms are over.
Yep.
All right. Well, today we are on chapter 43. As always, we have different versions of the Bible in front of us.
I've got the Holy Scriptures according to the Jewish Publication Society of America, etc.
Yeah, I've got the King James Version.
And I have the English Standard Version.
We also have our Bible Compendium, which has come up
Yes.
once.
Yes, it's only actually been useful once. Yeah, the Oxford Companion to the Bible, edited by Bruce Metzger and Michael Coogan.
We should be ashamed for not referencing anything in Genesis.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about corn.
Nothing. Nothing about it.
Yeah. Man.
And oh, look at this. For diaspora, see dispersion.
That's great.
That's
How
the best.
useful. Anyways, we're starting on chapter 43 here.
With some famines.
Yep. And the famine was sore in the land. And it came to pass, when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt, their father said unto them, Go again, buy us a little food. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but a lot of sentences in the Bible start with and.
Well, I mean that's your version.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too, but
This one has much less sentences starting with and.
I don't like it when they say things like, and he said, then they spoke, and he said, like in the same
So
sentences.
here I think I can actually explain this one.
Okay.
The version, at least this one, I know for sure, the King James, is based on Erasmus's text, the Textus Receptus, which was written in the 1500s. And the thing is, Erasmus used some very bad Greek manuscripts. Like they contain stories that are definitely not in our oldest manuscripts. So he copied those down. And there was a section in there, and I actually go over this in my Trinity video. There was a section in there in 1 John that explicitly talks about the doctrine of the Trinity. And it wasn't in the text he was using, but it was in texts that had been produced over time in Latin manuscripts. So Erasmus is all like, okay, I like, because all the theologians were really pissed off at him because, like, hey, you didn't include the Trinity doctrine. Why the fuck isn't this in here? And he's like, I couldn't find any Greek manuscript with it in there. If you can show me one, that'd be great. So what the theologians did, instead of being intellectually honest, was actually create a new Greek manuscript. They literally wrote one in Greek and then gave it to him, and he was like, well, shit, I guess. I said I would do this, so I'm going to do this.
Wow.
So, right.
They
and then
eroded their own text.
yeah. So his text, his second publication, the Textus Receptus, which means received text, became like the standard version, and it was used as the basis for the King James. And so all this shit is translated from like 1,500 years of bullshit in the Bible, in its
Excellent.
textual history.
Wow. No wonder it's so eloquent. I can't believe how well written this book is.
Right. And you have to remember it's also a translation, and translations are never perfect. So.
Right. But I mean, like, looking at ancient Greek literature, like Plato, for instance, still don't run into all those ands.
Yeah, you really don't.
I think, like I said, the fact that they had to add entire created texts onto their pre-existing
Right,
texts.
because the Latin texts already had them, because they had already been written in. They were added in probably in the 1800s.
Oh, really? Wow.
Or sorry, not the 1800s, in the 800s.
Okay,
during
that makes a lot more sense.
During
I was going to say, that's
my
1,000
bad.
years way sooner than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the specific verse they were referencing to was probably added in the 800s, like shortly after Charlemagne's court got together and talked about shit. It's all in the Trinity video, actually. I definitely recommend watching that. But yeah,
I recommend watching all of the videos in our catalog.
Yes, I also recommend that.
And giving them thumbs up.
Yes, I also recommend that.
If you were the one who put a thumbs down on there, you know who you are. It's the only one.
Yeah. We have
We've
pretty
gotten
good
plenty of
ratios
thumbs
of
down.
likes to dislike.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, in general.
Yeah. All right. So let's try to continue here.
And Judas spake unto him, say, you know, it just reminds me of fucking Dude, Where's My Car? When they go through that drive-through, and the person on the other end's like, and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One more thing.
One more thing. Yeah.
Jackie Chan Rangers.
The man did solemnly protest unto us, saying, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. If thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy thee food. But if thou wilt not send him, we will not go down. For the man said unto us, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. And Israel said, Wherefore dealt ye so ill with me, as to tell a man whether ye had yet a brother? And they said, The man asked us straitly of our state and of our kindred, saying, Is your father yet alive? Have ye another brother? And we told him according to the tenor of these words. Could we certainly know that he would say, Bring your brother down? So Israel's just pissed off because they gave him unnecessary information.
Yeah.
He should have read The Art of the Deal. And Judah said unto Israel his father, Send the lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou, and also our little ones. I will be surety for him.
Surety?
Now, what does yours say in 9?
I will be a pledge of his safety.
Surety. Surety. I will be surety for him. I will be a pledge of his safety. Okay, interesting.
It's assured existence.
It's what? I didn't hear what you said.
Assured existence. Protector.
Okay.
Let's see. Wow. He says, I will be a surety for him. Of my hand shalt thou require him. If I bring him not unto thee, and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever. For, except we had lingered, surely now we had returned this second time. And their father Israel said unto them, If it must be so now, do this. Take of the best fruits in the land in your vessels, and carry down the man a present, a little balm, and a little honey, spices and myrrh, nuts and almonds, and take double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sacks. Carry it again in your hand, peradventure it was an oversight. Take also your brother, and arise, go again unto the man. And God Almighty give you mercy before the man, that he may send away your other brother and Benjamin. If I be bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. Well, that's redundant.
Yeah. If
If I am bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. No fucking shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, here is an interesting thing. How often have they said Almighty God before this? Ever?
I don't think they've brought it up.
I don't think they.
I think they may have once.
You think?
I feel like they did once.
But I don't think they called it
yeah,
God
no.
Almighty. Before now.
Yeah, God Almighty probably not. Like, there's definitely references to almightiness, right? I can remember that.
Or to might.
Now, is this the origin of where we get that kind of all-powerful God idea? Because obviously, as I went over in my Problem of Evil video, the God of the Bible is not all-powerful.
No, clearly not.
But this verse would make it seem as if it was an all-powerful being. And that, obviously, it doesn't come from God. It comes from Israel talking about God. But I wonder how much of Judeo-Christian theology is confused about its statements of God based off of the essentially hearsay of individual characters.
Well, here's an interesting thing. Here's an interesting thing. They're saying that there's a famine, right?
Yeah.
Well, how do they have these fruits and stuff?
It's in a different land, right?
Well, they went to Egypt specifically in order to get provisions.
Because there was a famine across the lands.
And they were only storing grain or corn. So where are they getting all these nuts and myrrh? And
Wait, hold on.
fruits?
I thought the famine was in Egypt.
Yes, the famine was in Egypt, but these guys all went over to Egypt in order to acquire provisions because the famine was elsewhere too.
Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was said it was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
There were no spices in the land of Canaan and no food.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked.
So, and here they specifically say they bring in spices.
Yeah.
And honey and balm.
This
and fruits.
says nuts. I know yours says nuts, but mine says specifically pistachio nuts.
Oh, well, who doesn't love pistachio?
I do like a good pistachio.
I like the flavor.
Oh, well, you don't like anything.
You really don't.
Food-wise, anyways.
Yeah.
It's like cheese pizza or nothing.
I mean, yeah, or go home.
Yeah. Wow. You're so cultured.
Thank you, sir. I mean, I like other foods.
Get it? Cheese. Culture.
Cultured. I hope you
Pretty
die.
roundabout pun.
Woo!
That was Gouda.
So,
God.
let's say you're in Egypt,
Okay.
and these guys came over like, hey, we need stuff, we're gonna starve. And then they come back with all this different food stuff that you didn't give them. What would your reaction be?
You're not gonna starve.
Yeah.
You've got choice fruits.
Yeah, choice fruits.
Choice
You look
fruits.
fine to me.
Yep.
All right, so, and the men took that present, and they took double money in their hand and Benjamin, and rose up and went down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the ruler of his house, "Bring these men home, and slay, and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon." And the man did as Joseph bade, and the man brought the men into Joseph's house. And the men were afraid, because they were brought into Joseph's house. And they said, "Because of the money that was returned in our sacks at the first time are we brought in, that he may seek occasion against us, and fall upon us, and take us for bondmen and our asses." Yeah. So basically, they're like, this guy's just going to kill us or enslave us.
Yeah,
And
and take our shit.
We're screwed. Yeah. Which is reasonably what your reaction would be in that situation. Personally, I wouldn't have gone back at all.
Right.
I've been like, are you kidding me? We got choice fruit here.
Yeah.
Why would I go there for corn when I could have choice fruit and
Yeah.
spices and honey?
All that famous Egyptian corn.
Yeah.
It must have like some kind of Thanksgiving, right? Like they sit down, they carve up a turkey with Joseph. Alright. And they came near to the steward of Joseph's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house, and said, "O sir, We came indeed down at the first time to buy food, and it came to pass, when we came to the inn, that we opened our sacks, and behold, every man's money was in the mouth of his sack, our money in full weight. And we have brought it again in our hand. And other money we have brought down in our hand to buy food. We cannot tell who put our money in the sacks. And he said, Peace be to you, fear not. Your God, and the God of your father, hath given you the treasure in your sacks. I had your money. And he brought Simeon out unto them. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house, and gave them water, and they washed their feet. And he gave their asses provender. And they made ready the present against Joseph came at noon, for they heard that they should eat bread there. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand to the house, and bowed themselves to him to the earth. So they do a full prostration like Japanese style.
Yeah.
And he asked them of their welfare, and said, Is your father well, the old man of whom you spake? Is he yet alive? And they answered, Thy servant, our father, is in good health. He is yet alive. And they bowed down their heads and made obeisance. And he lifted up his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your younger brother of whom you spake unto me? And he said, God be gracious unto thee, my son. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother.
Mine says his heart yearned.
Well, the bowels are, in a lot of cultures, the seat of the soul.
Well, bowels can be just any internal thing, right? For some real primitive culture, they don't really care if it's well, this is heart, but all right.
Well, I mean, it's like in Japan, when they would do the seppuku, they would cut open the stomach because that's the seat of the soul. I'm assuming that it was the same here.
I don't think so.
No?
No. So in hold on.
Does it say bowels? 30.
Then Joseph hurried out, for his compassion grew warm for his brother.
His compassion.
Yeah, see, his heart yearned towards his brother.
So it makes more sense that it would be heart because in Egypt at that time, the mythology was there would be a weighing of the heart. Your heart would be weighed against
your other organs.
No. That would be unfair. No, your the sins of your heart would be weighed against a feather of Mot, and that's the Egyptian. Sorry, no, not Mot. Yeah, Mot. That's this Egyptian goddess of innocence or justice, purity.
All the same.
Something.
Brains, heart, and bowels. Yeah, that's
shit.
Good.
Well. The point is, they thought that the heart was where you felt things, not your brain. So it would make more sense that the actual mythology of whoever was writing this would write heart.
Fair enough.
Well, I trust that one to be more accurate to the original writings. Yeah. All right. And he sought where to weep, and he entered his chamber and wept there. And he washed his face and went out and refrained himself and said, Set on bread. And they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians, which did eat with them by themselves. Because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
It's just like Thanksgiving.
Well, I have a question.
It is just like Thanksgiving.
How come the de facto leader is a Hebrew, and they have problems just eating with them?
Well, they probably don't know that he's a Hebrew.
No, they
do,
know
'cause
he's
he-
a
well,
Hebrew.
he
They're like,
was a
he's the
slave,
Hebrew
and
in the
then-
prison.
Well, the captain of the guard knew that he was a Hebrew.
So did the...
I don't know if all of these Egyptian servants that he has in his house know his history.
Why not?
Why would they? I mean, why would
He's
he
in
share?
charge.
So?
He's been living in Egypt for years now, speaking Egyptian.
I don't know, maybe. All right, let's keep
But
going.
even to this day, there are certain Muslim groups who, like, if you're in the middle of the desert and you're a Jew and you're drinking out of a canteen of water, because you've touched that canteen of water, those people will not touch it, even if they're, like, dying of thirst.
That is, damn, that's an insult.
Yeah,
More water for me.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, absolutely.
Only like these canteens too.
And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men marveled one at another. And he took and sent messes unto them from before him. But Benjamin's mess was 5 times so much any of theirs, and they drank and were merry with him. So basically the entire chapter here is that they go back to Egypt and then they party.
Yeah.
Well, that's chapter 43. What great insight did you gain from this?
Racists. Lots of them. Also, they had food. Liars.
Liars.
Mostly partying is good. It really brings the family together.
Yeah, especially when you sell one of your brothers into slavery.
Yeah, that's a good way to make up for it.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Remember, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like. It really helps us out.
Pissed, you still there, buddy?
Yep.
How do you feel about this party?
It's rocking.
It's
A
rocking.
little racist, but awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, is there really a better party than a racist party?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah, most
A
of,
little alt-right, you know.
The grand majority of parties without racism are the best.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Lawrence over here is like, yeah, alt-right.
Top keck.
Yes, that's your for sure.
That was actually pretty funny. The Kekistanis
Yeah.
at MythCon. There were guys walking around with like Kek flags draped around their shoulders.
No sleep till Egypt. That's great. Instead of no sleep till Brooklyn. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, but the thing about the Kekistanis is later people were like, can't believe how many racists there were. They were carrying racist flags like the Kekistani flag. And I'm like, you don't understand what Kekistan even is then.
It is a
If-
joke.
like,
Well,
it's,
you know
they're
that-
specifically making fun of all identity politics.
Yeah, well, you know that the Kekistani flag was specifically modeled after a Nazi battle flag.
Yeah, it was specifically made
Exactly,
to
as a
mock
joke.
it.
That's why the alt-right hates them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the alt-right hates a lot of people. I
Yeah,
think
most
they could
people.
pick
Well, yeah,
anyone
that's what I'm
else
saying.
like who isn't alt-right, and they would hate them. That's just how that works.
Yeah.
Like, they even hate Sargon because Sargon, you know, like the...
Oh, what a bleeding heart liberal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
no,
sure.
the reason they don't like him is, well, first of all, he hates them, but he also started sending them gay porn on Twitter.
Wow.
And that's why he got banned.
Wow.
By the way, Sargon totally said he would do an interview with us. And
Yeah.
viewers, it's up to you to make sure that happens because he ain't
want
talking
that.
to us.
We want to talk to him. and
I-
play some-
I
I'm
emailed
gonna
him.
play some magic with him. Kick his ass. Let's do it. Well, I wanted to play a game. I was so sleep deprived that one night. Anywho, I believe it is your turn, Lawrence.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Clear.
Then he commanded the steward of his house, fill the men's sacks with food, as much as they can carry, and put each man's money in the mouth of his sack. That
There's no better phrasing. Never have I seen better phrasing.
and put my cup, the silver cup, in the mouth of the sack of the youngest, with his money for the grain.
Mine is totally different.
What's yours?
Mine says, and put my goblet, the silver goblet, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money.
That sounds dumb. Corn
it does.
money.
Corn money.
Yeah.
Ruben, give me all your corn money.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
you know that money you devoted for corn? Give it all to me.
Lawrence, give me your lunch money.
Yeah.
I already gave it to the other guy.
Well, give it to me again, I guess.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, they did bring double money.
They did.
He did.
They did bring double money. All right.
And he did as Joseph told him. As soon as the morning was light, okay, so as soon as it was morning, the men were sent away with their donkeys. They had gone only a short distance from the city. Now Joseph said to his steward, "Up, follow after the men, and when you overtake them, say to them, 'Why have you repaid evil for good? Is it not from this that my Lord drinks, and by this that he practices divination? You have done evil in doing this.'" I'm confused.
Okay, and
Help?
mine says, okay, when they left the city, Joseph
Wants them to follow these guys
wants them to follow these guys.
and overtake them and ask them about, you know,
Why they were being evil.
why are you guys jerks?
Oh,
Or something.
yeah, he frames Benjamin for taking the silver goblet or cup, and now he's sending someone off to go get him.
Oh, okay. Man, this guy's a dick.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he did get sold into slavery
yeah.
by these guys.
I mean, first he was thrown into a pit, and then he was sold into slavery. He can do whatever he wants to these guys.
And then he
Is
was
this
in.
50 Shades of God? That was the best comment.
Is this just the same guy?
Oh, no.
Or is there an actual conversation?
There's some people.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we got a couple people talking in there, and one of them asked, "Is this 50 Shades of God?"
Yeah.
Are
Yes.
they
I'm like,
people, or are they just really advanced AI chatbots?
They could be, but that's really bad for the
Wait,
channel.
are they humans or are they dancers?
You do keep talking about asses.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Well,
it's
I bet
not.
Darth Dawkins is a chatbot. It wouldn't be hard to program a pre-sub.
Oh my gosh! Pre-programmed pre-sub.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You could, yeah, that'd be pretty easy because it's all the same thing over and over again.
Wow.
Just like any precept, like him,
Oh, I got it.
Psi 10.
Any comment, it goes, "No, God."
Yeah.
There, we got it. Perfect programming.
Without God, you can't know that.
Right, exactly.
That's
God,
the whole
oh my
thing.
gosh, we should start programming. That would be really
It's not a
fun.
program. It's just something that every time you say anything, it says one thing.
That's
Yes,
a program.
that's a program.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a really simple program.
As long as you have
Stupidly
any
easy.
ASCII input,
It's
it
like a-
says no.
It's like
God.
a one command line.
Yeah.
When it says it gives the option to put something in, and then it always outputs that.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Done.
All right.
All right,
carry
let's
on.
continue. When he overtook them, he spoke to them these words. They said to him, wait,
I hate the phrasing.
okay. I see. No, I got
Yeah,
this. I got this.
He said to them, "Is it not this?"
No, it says they said to him.
On to
Yeah,
him.
yeah. So what he says is it that is not?
Got it.
this
Okay, so
it
this
which-
is another one of those. Okay.
Yep, he asked that
I think
question.
this
he,
was
he
written.
already asked that question, and they're giving their response. Now.
Okay.
What I really don't like is sometimes they assume things that they had said before, and you have to guess that's what they meant. And other times, they restate the living hell out of these things.
It makes up for
Make
it.
up your mind. What are you?
Okay.
Answer.
Dancer.
When he overtook them, he spoke to them these words. They said to him, "Why does my Lord speak such words as these? Far be it from your servants to do such a thing."
Mine says, "God forbid that thy servants should do according to this thing."
Interesting. Behold the money that we found in the mouths of our sacks we brought back to you from the land of Canaan. How then could we steal silver or gold from your Lord's house? Whichever of your servants is found with it shall die, and we also will be my Lord's servants.
Yeah, so they're like, "Why would we steal from you? We would just be enslaved or killed."
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, "Let it be as you say. He who is found with it shall be my servant, and the rest of you shall be innocent. Then each man quickly lowered his sack to the ground, and each man opened his sack. And he searched, beginning with the eldest and ending with the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Then they tore their clothes, and every man loaded his donkey, and they returned to the city. When Judah, so that's like the end of that?
I guess.
Okay. When Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, he was still there. They fell before him to the ground. Joseph said to them, "What deed is this that you have done? Do you not know that a man like me can indeed practice divination?"
Mine says, "What deed is this that ye have done? Wot ye not that such a man as I can certainly divine?"
Fucking language.
Mine is just as bad too. Know ye not that such a man as I will indeed divine.
W-O-T.
That makes more sense.
That makes the most sense.
W-O-T as what? That's not used anymore.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Wot.
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 Wot ye.
Wot ye.
Wot ye.
I still like
What?
I still like what?
What? Yeah.
So hold on. So he obviously found the cup.
Oh, well, we have a Vulcan science officer and someone who's very certain that they are a people or human. I'm not sure.
That they are.
Instead of dancers or computer programs.
Well, you know,
like
Vulcans.
we're accusing them of.
Well, you know, Vulcan science officer. It's like Gandalf once said, "May the Force be with you."
No! Way to butcher that.
Live free or die hard.
Give me liberty.
Expecto Patron. do
You shall not pass.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Just
Yeah, Magneto. That's my favorite.
all right. Oh, deep breath. It's okay.
Okay.
All right, so he found it, and then Joseph is all like, "Hey, I can divine."
Which is seeing the future.
Yeah. And Judah said, "What shall we say to my lord? What shall we speak? Or how can we clear ourselves? God has found out the guilt of your servants. Behold,
Behold!
we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also, in whose hand the cup has been found." But he said, "Far be it from me that I should do so. Only the man in whose hand the cup was found shall be my servant. But as for you, go up in peace to your father."
So he's going to take Jacob as a servant.
No,
He's gonna take Benjamin.
Benjamin, sorry.
Yeah, he's going to take Benjamin as his servant.
Jacob is going to take, or Jacob, not Jacob.
Joseph.
Joseph is going to take Benjamin as a servant. Okay.
Is it just me, or did they throw in some Scientology there?
Where?
Did they?
I don't see any
Or
thetans.
how can we clear ourselves?
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Clear ourselves.
Satan's
that's-
be nasty.
Yes.
I mean, they just got to pay more money to the church.
Good old indulgences. They got rid of those, didn't they?
Indulgence?
Yeah, I think they got rid of indulgences.
No, they don't.
That
they
still
didn't
exists
get rid
in
of
some
indulgences.
parishes.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, you can pay $1 to have a minor thing done. There's like a chart. Look it up. I'm serious. They're still around. Modern indulgences. It's bizarre. Because like the really expensive
I could swear,
ones-
like, the Catholic Church stopped doing
a
those.
long time ago.
Well, I'm talking about individual parish practice. They don't care what
Okay.
particular governance the Catholic Church has on them. They'll just do whatever they think will make money, and so that, I mean,
Yeah, there
tithes are still a thing too. So
are plenty of Catholics out there who don't agree with what the Pope is
Yeah.
to.
absolutely, especially since right now he's pretty pro-science.
Yeah.
He's all like, yeah, evolution.
Global warming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Who let this
Where
guy?
did you come from?
Who let this guy into the papacy?
All right. Well, looks like we're still going.
Yep.
Yep.
Then Judah went up to him and said, "O my lord, Please let your servant, no, oh holy Bama, please let your servant speak it's not oh holy Bama.
I wish it was.
Me too. Please let your servant speak a word in my Lord's ears, and let not your anger burn against your servant, for you are like Pharaoh himself. Ooh. They're referencing other things that have happened.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's a first.
My Lord asked his servants, saying, have you a father or a brother? And we said to my Lord, we have a father, an old man. Well, that's not nice. And a young brother, the child of his old age. His brother is dead, and he alone is left of his mother's children, and his father loves him. Then you said to your servants, bring him down to me, that I may set my eyes on him. We said to my Lord, the boy cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die. Oh, shit.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Then you said to your servants, unless your youngest brother comes down with you, you shall not see my face again. Man, these fucking ultimatums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruel.
Wow. Good job.
What?
The reference.
Yeah.
I got it.
Thanks.
Fuck you.
Why don't you sack 3 creatures and discard 7 cards?
God damn it, Chris. When we went back to your servant, my father, we told him the words of my Lord. And when our father said, go again, buy us a little food, we said, we cannot go down. If our youngest brother goes with us, then we will go down. For we cannot see the man's face unless our youngest brother is with us. Then your servant, my father, said to us, you know that my wife bore me 2 sons. One left me, and I said, surely he has been torn to pieces, and I have never seen him since. And he's talking about Joseph right there. Yeah. If you take this one also from me, and harm happens to him, you will bring down my gray hairs in evil to Sheol.
Mine says, and if you take this also from me, and mischief befall him, you shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
Yeah, mine doesn't have mischief.
Okay,
mine
so
says
he's gonna
harm befall him instead of mischief befall.
So he's gonna
But
die
everyone else-
sad.
Yeah, he's gonna be real sad.
Okay, I was really hoping that'd be way more badass.
Oh, he's just gonna be miserable until the day that he dies.
I
I
was-
like how God has almost nothing to do with this.
Yeah,
This
no.
is entirely just
Yeah.
a story about Joseph
Well-
taking his brothers back over after Joseph got dicked over.
Yeah, like a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
And inadvertently, his father, too.
No, well, I mean, God gives him the opportunity to reunite with his family after being sold into slavery by giving him the magic ability to read dreams, right? So, mysterious ways.
Spooky.
Spooky language.
Alright, carry on.
Now, therefore, as soon as I come to your servant my father, and the boy is not with us, then, as his life is bound up in the boy's life, as soon as he sees that the boy is not with us, he will die. And your servants will bring down the gray hairs of your servant our father with sorrow to Sheol. Interesting. This one says sorrow for me, and my last one said evil.
Yeah, it says sorrow for me.
Huh.
I
Heirs
wonder,
with sorrow for both.
I wonder if the Hebrew word for sorrow can also be translated as evil.
I wish I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only we all spoke fluent biblical Hebrew.
Yeah. Man,
That would be great.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
If only.
Also, when we were doing our drinking game and we were drinking for Lord, it's correct because Adonai means Lord.
Does it?
Yep, Adonai means Lord.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have another drinking game.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
For
and
Maybe once we
3,000
get-
subscribers.
Maybe once we get to the plagues in Exodus.
Oh, jeez.
every time someone dies.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Once all the firstborns are killed,
Oh, man.
it's gonna get wasted.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
For your servant became a pledge of safety for the boy to my father, saying, if I do not bring him back to you, then I shall bear blame before my father all my life. Now, therefore, please let your servant remain instead of the boy as a servant to my lord, and let the boy go back with his brothers. For how can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me? I fear to see the evil that would find my father. So, what's really interesting here...
Judah here is saying, no, take me instead.
Right.
Yeah.
What do we think?
The thing is, this chapter is pretty much a summary of everything that's happened, and then a bargain. Like, this guy's trying to bargain with them.
There's a lot of bargaining in Genesis.
Oh.
Like Abraham bargains with God.
Yeah, and he convinces God.
Yeah. Your all-knowing deity was able to get convinced by some desert-dwelling tribesman.
Yeah.
I could believe that.
Yeah.
They was like, fine. No, so before we get started on the next chapter, 2 things. 1, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a like. That would really help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And any super chats you leave, we have nice little animations.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should, and we should also have some animations if you haven't subbed yet. So.
Oh, we have such neat animations, including stuff that no one's ever gonna see because it requires donations of like $100.
Yeah, no one's gonna see those ever.
No
That's
one's
never
ever
gonna
see
happen.
those
Never gonna
donations.
see those. donations.
But if you wanna have a really unique experience, you could donate $100 through Super Chat.
and get
you
a
can
weird
see-
sound and noise.
That
and
it's
pictures.
super unique,
Yeah.
and then watch it like not work or something.
Yeah.
really
That would be
disappointing.
really
I
disappointing.
would be upset with myself at that point.
I'd also be upset with you.
Please do.
Yeah, I would berate you for the rest of your life. for that
Wow,
mistake.
jeez, this is as brutal as this book.
Also, I was thinking, when I feel like at some point on Christmas, I was talking to Ruben about this last week. We should do like a longer live stream. Like, I mean, like 24-hour live stream.
Oh,
For,
on
like, Christmas.
But I'm busy on Christmas.
You're a piece of shit.
I
What are
know.
you doing
I
Christmas?
have an atheist family. It's really weird. I don't know why. Last year we did it on the 20th, but everyone's like, oh, it'll actually work better if we do it on Christmas this year. And I'm like, but I like that we don't do things on Christmas.
Guys, can we just recognize the importance of Consumer Day?
Yeah.
Isn't that every day in America?
No, it's
Some more than
Christmas.
Oh,
Christmas
Consumer Day.
is Consumer Day.
I see. I thought Hallmark Day was literally Consumer Day because I don't get the point of Hallmark.
Or
Hallmark
any
Day
customer
is-
appreciation day ever.
Customer Appreciation Day? That's
Yeah.
every day if you're in a freaking
Retail.
retail, yeah. All right, so I'll finish off today with 45.
No, but seriously, what do you guys think of doing a long... It doesn't have to be exactly on Christmas.
I wouldn't mind doing some sort of longer live stream, but I think that if we would read something, it shouldn't be...
Maybe New Year's.
Maybe maybe New Year's. But it shouldn't be the Bible.
Do you guys want to read the Quran?
No, it should be some other religious text somewhat related to Christianity. I think we're sticking on that.
Book
for
of
now.
Mormon.
The Book of Mormon.
I have a copy of the book.
Do
of
you?
Mormon.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, all right. We'll think of something and we'll let you know by then.
Yeah, or just let us know what
Let
you
us
think.
know, yeah.
And if
Hey,
all else
Pissed.
fails, I do have a copy of Dianetics.
Oh, damn. Hey, Piss, you still there with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Whoa.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Holy shit.
Thanks, Piss.
Is
that-
that animation coming up, or do I owe myself a beat in the head?
I really hope.
Idea.
Do you see it?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Did it
I
pop
don't
up?
see anything yet.
Damn. Let me see. We definitely have it up.
Hey, there
Oh.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Nice. It's the huge high five between all three of us. We'll do it again. Let's live reenact this shit. Woo! All right, thanks, man. Merry Christmas to you
Merry
too.
Christmas, Pissed.
All right. So
And a happy Hanukkah, too.
A happy Hanukkah.
and
And a joyous Kwanzaa.
What the fuck is going on? I'm kidding.
it's the one that
It's the one nobody cares about.
I think
I
everyone.
think
cares.
you just don't
Yeah,
care
you don't-
about it,
You
Lawrence.
don't even know what it is.
You don't even know what
I
Kwanzaa
know who Kwanzaa Bot is.
is.
He's the physical representation of Kwanzaa 1,000 years from now.
That's all that's left.
I do prefer the Hanukkah zombie.
The Hanukkah zombie.
Oh yeah, I like Hanukkah Zombie.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, well, thanks for triggering that.
Yeah,
It's always cool
That
to
was
see some of our work.
fucking
used.
wonderful.
Yeah. You all viewing the stream, you're probably the only people who are ever going to see that. So, congratulations! Woo! Woo!
All right.
World premiere.
All right, Chris.
So Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood before him, and he cried, cause every man, that's what it says.
It says, yeah, that's what it says here. It
Go-
also has cuz
to
capitalized in mine.
Me too.
Weird.
Yeah, it's
Is
like,
it- are you sure
it says colon, parenthesis, cause every man stood to go out with me. Cause every man.
Cause every man to go out from me.
Cause, yeah.
Oh,
It's not cuz.
So
Like
they
not
just,
because.
I slur.
or
It's
my cousin
cause.
Skeeter.
My cousin Skeeter.
Yeah.
And stood there, no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians heard, and the house of the Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were afraid. Or, what is that?
Mine says they were troubled at his presence.
Mine says they were dismayed at his presence.
What did you say?
Dismayed.
Affrighted? It's not-
Affrighted. Yeah.
Affrighted.
They
Okay,
have been made afraid.
Yes.
They have been frightened, affrighted.
Affrighted.
Yeah.
They're shaking in their boots.
Wow, at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brethren, Come near to me, I pray you. And they came near. Oh, howdy doody.
Yeah.
I hate the phrasing. All right. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt. And now be not grieved nor angry with yourselves that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life.
Okay, so basically it's like, it's okay. Let bygones be bygones. God sent me to help you.
Yeah.
Even though I don't actually remember anywhere it's saying that God sent him
No,
to help them.
The next
defined it.
verse is talking about the famine, and if it were not for his contributions, Egypt and all of the surrounding lands would have died
Yeah.
because
true.
they wouldn't have stored up their corn.
That's true.
If it weren't for his dream interpretation.
Yes.
For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet 5 years remain, in which there shall be neither plowing nor harvest. And God sent me before you to give you a remnant. Is that what yours says too?
Mine says a posterity.
Mine says, and God sent me before you to preserve for you a remnant on earth.
On the earth, and to save you alive for a great deliverance. Okay. Seems important.
And to keep alive for you many survivors.
Oh, okay. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God. And he hath made me a father to Pharaoh, and a lord of all his house, and rule over all the land of Egypt. Hasten ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus saint thy son.
Saith.
Mine is saint.
That's saith.
Oh, that's saint?
Saint has an N.
Oh, what we got here?
What have we got here?
Oh, we got a $5 donation.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Hey.
A happy
Thank you
holidays.
very
Thanks for
much.
joining
What does
us.
that say? Read it out.
Trying to learn how to super chat. I was just talking about trying to give some. Oh, very good.
Oh,
thank you.
awesome. Yes,
Merry
thank
Christmas to you too.
Yes, Merry Christmas Hanukkah Kwanzaa to you.
Or all those fantastic family-oriented religious needs. during this season.
Little known fact, back in the day, Chris had a YouTube channel in
Oh
which
my
he
gosh.
uploaded a video talking about how he hates the holidays.
The holy
right.
days.
That's
The
right.
holy
the holy
days.
days. That's
Yeah.
right. It's ancient. It dates back from before I was even in high school almost. I think it was right in high school. At the
it
very
was in
beginning.
high school.
Was it the very beginning of high school?
You must have been a
No,
sophomore.
no,
Oh,
you
got
knew
late
me.
for that. Yeah, you must have been a sophomore.
I must have been at least a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it's like 8 minutes.
Pretty sure you were a junior.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it was bad.
It was
Yeah,
It's
it
still
was-
on. It's still up on YouTube.
It's
if
still
you
there.
really want to see me make an ass of myself from years ago, it exists.
Yeah, if you want to see edgy teenage
I
atheist
believe-
nihilist Chris.
Yeah, it's Quantum Nihilism.
That's the channel.
That's
The channel is Quantum Nihilism.
It has one upload, and that's what you can see on it.
Two. I think it has two. One is an explanation of quantum
Oh,
quantum
that's
nihilism.
right. I actually had that. And you know what? It's not even the worst. It's okay. It's fine. It's,
Yeah,
it's,
it was this cult that we were a part of.
Yeah,
that
we-
Chris started.
We were
So-
part
It
of
was
the
bad.
nihilist. We accomplished so much.
we,
It was really bad.
It was
all-
so
I
dumb.
think we all hung out and played video games.
Basically.
I mean, as far as cults go, it was
Whatever,
pretty nice.
it's
Yeah.
fine, yeah.
Look, we weren't drinking any Kool-Aid. We pretty much all agreed that it was stupid shit, but we wanted to hang out and make fun of people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was Quantum Nihilism. Funny era. Oh, and another thing I should mention before I continue here. Also, tell me where I am. I totally lost this. But please check out, if you haven't yet, our friends at King's Tower Production. Joseph, Kyle, Richards. I'm in all of the Holy Shit series, and sometimes maybe you guys can get in a couple of them. I think they've disassociated with Mysticist quite a bit, but they're doing their own thing, and I'm in the next episode too. We did the shooting for that last week.
I don't think I think they still work with them.
Nope. Talked with them for hours yesterday.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. No, they formally disassociated entirely,
Okay.
including on Batman and Jesus. They took all the holy shits off the Mythicist Milwaukee site and stuff. So.
But
yeah.
they can't really. Are they gonna remake part of the movie then?
Yep.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Well, consider that.
It's like the second edition of a textbook.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
also his
okay.
audio needed another take. If you remember watching during.
Yeah,
the
that was
presentation,
weird, yeah.
He really needed to redo the audio. Basically, he just took out any point at which he mentioned Mythicist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
There you
you're
go.
at 45.9, Chris.
Oh, also, one other thing. If you guys are fans of the show, I have a link in the description. We're selling mugs,
No.
and it's gonna be like a campaign that's gonna be up for maybe like a little over 2 weeks. Like it's gonna be on for like 19 more days, I think. And I want to sell at least 3. Because I don't think they actually make any of them, because it's from Teespring. I don't think they actually make anything unless you sell at least 3.
Yeah, and it says you'd be an atheist if you lived in Milwaukee too, with our logo on the other side. So
Or something like that.
So- something like
I think
that.
it was that. Yeah. So check those out. I guess we got a limited time offer on that.
Like if you lived in Milwaukee, you'd be an atheist too. I think that's what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
If
it's,
you want any fun atheist Christmas presents,
That's the one.
there you go.
More relevant if you live in Milwaukee though.
more relevant, yeah.
Yes.
But it's also got our logo on the other side. So
All
We would
right.
probably be more successful if we were Chicago atheists.
probably.
There are more people there. Anyways, Midwest atheists?
American atheists. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's already a thing.
Done. Take it.
United States atheists.
Well, geez.
Well, once the United States of Europe comes around, we won't be able to say the
That's
United
right.
States.
That's right.
Man.
We're gonna have to specify. Actually, you know
North
what?
American atheists.
Screw it. We already don't specify when we say America, even though there are multiple Americas.
That's true.
So
That's a good point.
We have claim over the United States title.
Just like we have claim over the America title.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good. I've got it. The Pangean atheists. Very good.
Shit, that's not bad.
You like that?
That's not bad.
No? All right.
I bet there's a really small, like, Croatian atheist channel out there somewhere.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of countries have a harder time getting atheist channels because
You can get killed.
you
if
can
you're
get
an
killed
atheist.
for having that idea. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
you're not going to see Saudi Arabian atheists anytime soon.
And if you did, you wouldn't see them again.
Yeah, no.
It'd be a one-time occasion.
The only thing you'd see about them is how they're all dead now.
Yeah.
You may not even hear about that. They just disappear.
And that's
kind of
happened
how it
on
happens.
more than one occasion.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So we're at 45.9.
Or 10, I believe.
You read the first word.
Yeah, you're at the first word, so
Hasten ye and go to my father, and say unto him,
Thus saith.
Thus saith son Joseph, God hath made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not. Tarry not.
do not.
He
Mine
means
says
don't dilly-dally.
And thou shalt dwelt in the land of Goshen.
Goshen. That sounds Asian.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, but it sounds
Sure
like
does
it.
sound it, yeah.
I assume that it's just a rich district of the lands that he has reign over right now.
And thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, yeah, it says that, and thy flock, and thy herd, and all that thou hast, and there will I sustain thee. For there are yet 5 years of famine, lest thou come to, poverty, thou and thy household, and all thou hast. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of thy brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that spoketh unto you. And ye shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall hasten and bring down my father hither. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept. And Benjamin wept upon his neck. And he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. This guy is such a crybaby. I'm serious. How many times has this guy cried compared to anybody else?
I don't remember him.
No,
crying
they've
before.
cried like 3 times today. If we look back at this episode, this guy has just been crying.
He cries a lot.
He cries a lot.
I remember it happening like
He
one
goes in
time.
a back room and cries in your chapter, and in Ruben's chapter, he cries before they get there.
Yeah.
This guy's just a crybaby.
Oh, he's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with
I
that.
feel him.
It's just, it's just bizarre.
Hey, Lawrence, why don't you give us your best impression of Joseph?
Very good. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's just.
I should be a fucking Broadway star.
You should. You're the best actor of 2017.
And such a great singer and dancer,
Oh
too.
my.
No, that's not
They
true.
need you on Broadway.
I can't dance.
Oh man, it's all props.
That's
They
not what we saw in that little super chat thing.
What's up there?
I said that's not what we saw in the little super chat thing. All 3 of you were dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, see?
What
we
if-
do sing and dance. There you go.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were doing stupid shit. There is one where you're.
There's one where I do like a little flourish with a broomstick.
Yeah, he has a bow staff.
It's
and
not a bow staff, it's a broomstick.
It looks more like a bow staff.
A bow staff is a 6-foot-long pole, okay? There are
Alright,
different
yeah.
classifications of staves.
Don't
That's
spin,
a broomstick.
I suppose that's why you spin
It's
that.
what your daughter's
in the
gonna
basement.
spend her time on.
A 6-foot-long pole?
The joke is
This
your
beat
daughter's
is
gonna be a
stick.
stripper.
I want to take a ride on your boom.
I thought
Broomstick.
you were making some sort of long dick
No,
joke or
God,
something. I'm like,
no.
that's intense, bro. I don't know where you're getting that
Look,
from.
we're not getting biblical here, all right? So
Oh, my apologies. So we've got everybody crying and kissing. Sucks.
Incest is wincest. Let's go on.
And after that, his brethren talked with him, and the report thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well, and his servants. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, This do ye, laid your beasts, sorry.
Freudian slip.
Way better. Yeah, I don't know if it's Freudian or is that
Yeah,
the right-
yes, that's
Okay.
yes, Chris. That's it. It would be Freud.
I thought it was a fluke, but all right. Where's the beasts? I had 'em.
17.
17. Okay. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, This do ye, lay your beasts and go. Get you unto the land of Canaan, and take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. Now thou art what's that say? Commanded. Well, mine has a dash. I don't know, so it just kind of ended. Commanded, this do ye. Take you wagons. Take you wagons?
There's no way it says take.
Take you wagons.
Take
out
you
of the
wagons
land.
out of the land
okay.
of Egypt for your little ones and your wives, and bring your father and
No.
come.
That makes
Also-
sense. Take you wagons. Okay.
Yeah. Take
Yeah.
you wagons.
So,
Take you
yeah.
wagons. Phrase
Yeah.
it so bad. All right. Also regard not your stuff, for the good things of all the land of Egypt are yours. And the sons of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons, according to the commandment of the Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the way. To all of them he gave each man charges of raiment.
a change of
Clothes.
clothes.
Yeah, got it. But to Benjamin he gave 300 shekels of silver and 5 changes of raiment. What a nice guy!
Yeah, I mean that's great.
And to his father.
I also like
What's up?
how they say Pharaoh a lot,
Yeah.
right? And Pharaoh shows up multiple times. Obviously, these are different pharaohs, but they never specify anywhere in here which pharaoh is which. So they never give you a clear historical reference to what time this might have been.
Yeah, I don't recall them ever saying an actual name of any pharaoh.
No.
No, they just call him Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Was he like the first Pharaoh? No,
No,
they had
because
there's
pharaohs
no
for
way.
There's a pharaoh back with Abraham.
You're right.
It can't
Is
be
it
the
the same
pharaoh.
guy?
There's no way
It
it's the
can't
same
be.
guy.
Well, they ought to give him another name then. They
Yeah.
should really have bothered to name the pharaohs.
It's-
This
it's-
doesn't help
No,
with the
oh,
history
maybe no.
of
I get
Egypt.
it. I get it. It's the form of a pharaoh.
Oh, the platonic form of
Yes.
the pharaoh.
Oh,
They're
jeez.
speaking directly with the world of forms.
Oh my.
They're very advanced metaphysicians.
They're really advanced.
All right, so I'm at 22.
No, you're at 23.
23, right. And his father, he sent in like manner 10 asses laden with good things of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread, and what's that?
Victual?
Victual? What's victual?
It says meat here.
Okay.
This says provision.
Okay. For his father by the way. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, See that ye fall not out by the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came unto the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father. And they told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is ruler over all of the land of Egypt. And his heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. And Israel said, It is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die.
So what's interesting here is that they sometimes say Jacob.
Yeah, and then sometimes say Israel.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's that's something that's common, because Abraham, once he changes his name,
It's always Abraham.
it's always Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whereas Jacob, Israel, switches back and forth a few times.
Maybe it's subject-object?
Well, I mean, that would make sense if, like, Israel were a way of conjugating Jacob, but it's really not.
Or maybe...
His spirit is named Jacob.
The spirit of Jacob.
Yes, so by spirit, he's still Jacob. But everyone else, they call him Israel. Because later
No,
it
the
says,
spirit-
and Israel said.
the spirit of their father Jacob revived. So...
Maybe because they're very close to him as family, they can refer to him as Jacob, whereas most people would refer to him as Israel.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's a completely symbolic thing.
With spirits.
I don't know, maybe...
Oh, here's the thing about Israel reviving. That's probably alluding to other places in the Bible.
Wow, I
Like-
can't believe it. There's Exodus right there, guys.
We're so close.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be there.
I'm going to guess the reason they do that is symbolic purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Piss, we still got you on. Thanks again for that big gift and your
No, seriously.
constant patronage. Anything else you'd like to say today?
Hold on.
Talk about maybe?
We got a couple things I want to...
Oh, we want to go over a couple things first?
Oh, yeah, I do.
All right. Well, I want to get him to have his 10 cents in. Or
Yeah, yeah.
$100 in.
Yeah. No, definitely. Absolutely. So what I find really interesting about this is that he goes through all this just to tell his brothers that he's their brother.
Well, he needs to test their character, right? I mean, the entire story that is told here is that Joseph, you could interpret it as he's just screwing with them for revenge, but or that he's trying to see if they're better people than they used to be. Right?
Well, first, I have to mention
they're the
that
same.
slavery necessarily wasn't as frowned upon, and they didn't want to lay a hand on their brother during those stories. They really mentioned how they didn't want to lay a hand on him.
Well, slavery might not have been as frowned upon, but it was certainly not a
was bad.
situation you wanted
Yeah,
to be
I mean,
in.
as you're, I'm sure.
Well, no, the thing is, it was completely common practice.
Yeah.
Like, they're, like, later, we're going to go over rules for slavery and owning people. So it was very common. Like, nobody wanted to be a slave, but it's not like it was socially frowned upon.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
Like, only for slaves, but they didn't count.
well, once we get to Exodus, it's revealed that this is really a stupid move, right?
Yeah.
Moving everyone over to Egypt, because then they just become slaves.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think this was Pharaoh's plan all along? To bring them in? To enslave them later?
May have been.
Wow.
I think it's a different pharaoh later.
Yeah, at the next point, it'd probably be a different guy because Moses
Yeah,
lives
because
for a long time.
They
and-
have another like series of begats or something.
Ah, great. Our favorite.
Yeah.
Doesn't this entire story take place during a famine?
Yeah.
I mean-
This whole story takes place. Joseph has gathered together the food of Egypt in preparation for the famine.
Yeah.
And
While
this is-
Egyptians are dying.
Well, I don't think the Egyptians are dying because they
Because
talk
Joseph-
about how they really went out of their way to store up enough grain to last the entire time.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
is
but they're
kind
saying
of
that the entire land, I mean, all of that
yeah,
Fertile Crescent area is just, withering and dying. Now,
yeah.
you might have saved up some corn, but that's a hell of a lot of grain to save up to keep people living.
Yeah, 7 years for an entire nation.
Well, and it's kind of a pretty dick move
Definitely.
too that he pulls here with his family, right? Because he's
Well,
like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, you guys, come on over. I'll give you the best land, and I'll give you all the food."
And then he keeps sending them, then they keep going back and forth, and
Well, the other thing I'm thinking is, isn't everyone already having a hard time keeping track of all that food and making sure they don't run out? Why are you bringing more people there?
Precisely.
Yeah, it seems pretty dumb.
his God complex. He's got a
It's
God
It's
complex.
a God complex. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, once you start seeing the future through other people's dreams,
Yeah.
you can develop a god complex pretty quickly.
So we got one guy asking in the comments about how this seems kind of like musical.
in some way, and the lyrics could be interpreted as a hymn or something. And yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've talked about before that the entire Torah was meant to be chanted.
I think at some point, if not now, we should make a video about the music of this religion, or like how this was supposed to be sung, how it's changed, and stuff like that. I think like when we're done with the Bible, when we're finally done with this thing, we got to go back and look at it and understand why it was sung so much, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, because it makes it easier to
memorize.
remember it. It was an oral tradition.
Yeah, like if you've ever been to like a bar or bat mitzvah,
Yeah.
they're always like singing it
Yeah.
when they do their verses or whatever.
Did they sing Hava Nagila?
Later.
Rarely.
Wasn't this a collection of oral traditions?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
kind of screws itself up as a story because of it, because you get repeats of the same story over again.
Yeah. Sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times, sometimes 4.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Exodus just gets repeated in Deuteronomy and Leviticus. So get ready for that. Oh, yeah. And the New Testament's just like 4 of the same story over and
No.
over again.
Hold on. It's 3 of the same story, but then the last one is just a little bit, actually, it's a lot different, but it still obviously takes stuff from the other 3.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to Revelations, it's just like an old dude tripping balls. I mean, honestly.
Really pissed off.
I can't even believe how little we've done.
There's
Just you gotta understand, we've done this for weeks.
Okay, it's the Bible. It's fucking huge.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, when anyone asks, "Have you read the Bible?" and I said, "No," are you kidding me? I understand why no one wants to read this.
What's the longest book you guys have read?
Mm,
Like how many pages?
Ah, man, it depends on if you consider manuals books.
No.
Well, then not very long.
do series count as books? Because this is a series.
Oh, that's
true, it
That's
is
a
a
good
series.
point. Harry Potter is a long series I've read all of.
The Dark Tower
I've not read that.
is very long. Actually, Stephen
War and
King
Peace.
specifically wrote The Dark Tower because he wanted to see if he could write something longer than Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, I've read Lord of the Rings too. And that thing is just stupidly long.
The longest book because I don't fucking read fiction. Fuck you guys.
You're reading fiction right now.
That's
why
true.
I asked about manuals.
That's true. I am. No. The longest thing I've read is it's a newer book, Christianity: The First 3,000 Years by Diarmid McCulloch or something. Although his name is spelled like Dire Maid, as Chris pointed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that would be like a cool band name. A hair metal.
Yeah,
band.
it's like 1,200 pages. It's really good. It gets kind of boring after a while.
I mean, I'm sure one of my philosophy textbooks was over 1,000 pages that I read.
I mean, that's why I have to keep asking. Like textbooks for school, some of them I've read are really stupidly long, but not. I mean, the longest thing in terms of a series that I have read, if we're including manuals, is all of Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. Everything.
That's a waste of time.
That makes me so depressed for you.
That's not even a good system, Chris.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. But if you want to know how to break a really bad system, I know how.
Of course you do.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What's up?
46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Yeah, it's 5 verses.
5 chapters
Oh, man.
5 chapters. Yeah.
next week, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing 5 chapters next
Wow,
week.
what a special.
Luckily, these don't look like extremely long chapters. I mean, this one is only so
song.
long. Yeah. I mean, in this giant King James version, those 5 chapters take up
Mine decide to
4 pages.
Mine decide that there are only 50 chapters in Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis has 50 chapters.
But we're on 47,
What?
according
No.
to this.
No, we're on 46.
Okay. Good point.
We just
good
did
point.
43,
You're right,
44.
You're right. I just flipped ahead already. Sorry.
And we're
45.
not stopping at 50. We have to complete 50.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, simple math. My bad.
Yes.
All right, Pissed. Anything else you want to finish our cast off with?
Yeah, and you can plug whatever you want, dude. Like, if you're doing
Anything.
your own thing, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I just started a series. I'm trying to learn how to edit and actually make a video that doesn't really super suck. So I'm going to start a series on geology because I taught it for about 3 years. So I'll be doing a lecture and a lab series on one of my channels. I don't know. Just look up. I think it's this one. I'm Pissed. I'm not sure. But
Well,
look for the cow.
tell you what, we'll throw up since we're doing a quick exchange with the people who were supporting us before. I think I should at this point put up a page on our channel and put some links and descriptions on the website for you. How's that sound?
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Excellent. And let me know if you need any help with like art or whatever, because I do that for fun.
What editing software do you use?
Flash Integra. It's VCDS. Or
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, he's just using Sony Vegas.
I use Sony Vegas.
I'm a Photoshop / Adobe guy. So.
I make things in Windows Media or Movie Maker.
Wow, hot dog. No wonder you're not the video guy.
Well, it's free.
Yep.
Right. Right.
All right, so I think we're all good today. Remember, guys, make sure to drop a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't. Share our channel. Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
What's up?
He says here, I'm sorry for the loss of your time. That was funny. All right, for 3.5. Yeah. All right, thanks
Well, at
again.
least it wasn't 4th edition.
No, I will never touch
right.
that. with
Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, remember to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. And if you have...
MilwaukeeAtheist.com.
Yeah, MilwaukeeAtheist.com. We got forums. You can chat on there, leave us ideas. And definitely check out the link in the description to get our awesome mugs.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
T-shirts,
want to
they're
sell
still
at least
available.
3 of them.
We still have some available.
Yeah.
If you have like a really intensely Christian family member for this holiday, you can get him an atheist mug.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
They won't see it coming.
No. They will never guess your gift.
No, not ever.
They'll
No.
be like, I live in Pittsburgh. What's this Milwaukee Atheist smug? All right, thanks again for joining us.
Yep.
Especially Pissed. Good to have you on.
Yep, definitely. Thank you.
All
And remember, for everyone watching, if you have enough, consider supporting us on Patreon, because
Yep.
we could use anything.
All right, thanks again.
Yep.
Yep.
Have a good night, guys.